Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today we're going to make this really cute snowman, and he is a box that will hold like those pretzel rods that you can dip in chocolate. Lisa and I are planning on getting together and making some candies, and that's one of the things that we wanted to make. So when I saw Stampin' with Amore make this, I thought, perfect, 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 because I'm going to be sending some to Katie's fiance's parents. And I wanted to include some of the pretzel rods, and wouldn't this be cute in the little tin of stuff to send? So let's go ahead and get started. It is super easy. So you do need 3 different squares. I used the Stitch-In squares from Stampin' Up, and I used the 3 largest sizes. So 1, 2, 3, and I cut out 2 of each for the body. So that's what I did for that. And then you're also going to want 2 different sizes of hole punches, or you could use a hole punch and gemstones, or just whatever. You could use a hole punch and buttons. And you just need a scrap of orange. And then the 2 different sizes of hole punches I used for the small size for his eyes and his mouth, and then the larger size for his buttons. And then I just have a piece of scrap that I used a sentiment from Christmas is Coming, Hello Bluebird. It says Christmas greetings. I just liked the font and I thought it was cute, so I added that. And then I'm using some ribbon from Celebrate It. I do not know where this came from. I have no idea, but it was in my stash. So I just have some red and white striped ribbon that I thought was really cute. You could use whatever ribbon you have in your stash. I have to open my window a little bit. It's warm. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what you need first is a square of paper. Well, not a square. It's really a rectangle, I suppose, because it is 6.5 by 7 inches. So let's see. This is the 7-inch side, and this one is 6.5. So on the 7-inch side, which is this one, I want to score it at 1 inch. And that reminds me, I threw something away a little earlier that I didn't really want to throw away. Wonder if I can find it really quickly while I'm thinking about it. If not, I will have to search. Oh, I think I found it. Nope, I didn't. Okay, I will wait, but hopefully I will remember to find that. Oh, I didn't throw it away. It's right here. Oh, good. Okay. It was instructions for another something that I did, and I wanted to make sure that I had them so I could put them in the description box. And I'll try to remember to do that with this one as well. So on the 6.5-inch side, I want to score it at 1/2 inch, and then at 2 inches, and I don't know why I do that, but I do the 1/2 inch or the inch on that way, and then I turn it over and do it this way. So I have no idea why I do that, but that's just how I do it. But it's 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3.5 inches, and 5 inches. So each one of these is 1.5 inches apart. So you're making 1.5 inches box. And that's all the scoring that we need, but then we also need to now trim it up to make the box. So the 1/2 inch one is again the tab. That's always the tab side. So I'm going to cut this little rectangle off because we don't need him. And then each one of these I'm going to cut our little Christmas tree in, the little V at the score line to make it easy for these to fold down. And then this last one, I just pretend like I'm doing a V, but I just do half of a V. All right. See how quickly this comes together, how fast this is? So then I'm going to go ahead and burnish the score lines. Folded that the wrong way for some reason. And then then I will just fold all of these in. And then, oh, and I like to trim this one too just a little bit, just to make sure that when you close it, it doesn't get out of whack. And you can see it. So then I'm going to use tear and tape, and for these kind of boxes or anything that I'm doing that's 3D, I like to use heavy cardstock and really strong tape. And tear and tape is something that's really strong, or you can use glue. I like both. It depends on how, like if I want to be able to move it a little bit, maybe like if I want to kind of have to tweak it just a hair, then glue is a better choice. If I'm doing something and I want it to be done quickly, if I'm doing it for camera or whatever, I usually try to use tear and tape because it does work just a little bit faster than glue because it doesn't have to dry. So once I have that on that side, I'm just going to fold this in so that it makes my square. And I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish that really tight so I know that it's a good crisp connection. And there's our box. Now I'm going to also put these in, and I'm going to put tear and tape on one of these sides, and I should have done that before I formed the box, but I didn't, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to put some right here. And trim that off. Burnish this down really well. Pull off the packing. And close those, close this one, and then put this one down on top of it, forming a nice box. And then I take my long scissors because I know that they fit, and I'm just pushing it down just to make sure that it's stuck down. I don't know if the bone folder would fit in this or not. It might. Oh yeah, it does. So you could use your bone folder too. That's a better fit, actually. Okay, so there's our box. I mean, the hard part is done. Oh, I'm going to do those still. And let's see. I'm going to take my squares, and I'm going to start with the largest one. And actually what I did the last time, and I think what I'll do this time, is I just went ahead and took my glue and put it all along one of the sides of the box. Just like that. And then I start with my large square and I put it on the bottom and I just eyeball center it. And then I take the medium one and do the same thing, just putting it right on top of that one so that they touch but don't overlap. And then I do the same thing with the last one. So there's our snowman. And then I'm going to turn it over and do the opposite side. And I suppose you wouldn't have to do both sides, but she did, and I can see how if you want it to stand up, it might be a little better to have it on both sides. You could decorate both sides if you wanted to. It would probably stand up okay without both sides too, but I don't know. This kind of makes it look complete. The back of the snowman. All right, so then I need to decorate him now. So I'm going to look and see which side I want to use. I think I want to use, doesn't matter, this side. And I'm going to cut out one eye, two eyes, and then 4 for a mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is just a regular hole punch. And then for the buttons, I'm going to cut out 4 of those, and I want them to be a bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, you could be creative, do whatever you want, make a different color, whatever. And I need a little nose, so I'm going to take some of my orange that I just have, that I've been using for other noses, and I'm going to cut a triangle. Oh, that one's too big, so I'm going to trim him down this way too. There we go. Now I have a nose. And let's go ahead and get these pieces and parts on Mr. Snowman. So I'm going to take my glue, and the first thing I'm going to do, and I want to make sure that I have enough room for my ribbon, so you could put that on first, but I just kind of eyeball it. I'm going to put his nose here. I'm going to put his eyes kind of close together, and then I'm going to put his mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like to use my picky tool. And I don't know, honestly, if that's enough glue. I might have to use some more. So and his little nose. I guess it's not so little. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to put 2 buttons on this and 2 buttons on this square. And I'm not sure if I left enough room for his scarf after all. I said to leave enough room, and then I went and I don't know that I did. Oh well, we'll see. It's gonna be tight, but that's okay. I also have this this Christmas greetings that I said, and I'm just going to put some glue on the back of him. And I'm going to put him right here, like that. And then I thought I'd give my little guy some cheeks. So I'm just doing it right up here by where the nose is. And then I'm using an alcohol marker, pink, and then I'm taking a colorless blender and just blending that out a little bit so it won't be so bright pink. And then I'm going to take my white pen and put buttonholes on the buttons. I did 4 on the last one. I'm doing 2 on this one. And then I'm going to put some little things on his little, like, I don't know, just cute little white dots to kind of just make it look a little cuter. There we go. And then finally the ribbon. So I'm just going to take enough to make a little knot. And I want the knot to be over at the side. And I'm going to try to make it so that the red and white shows on both sides. So yeah, like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to trim this down a little bit, and I'm cutting it with the diagonals on the scarf. I think that's it, but let's check it out. yeah, that's it. So yay, where's my other one? Here it is. There we go. Isn't that cute? They're so cute. And like I said, they can hold pretzel rods. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pretzel rods, put them in a little cellophane bag, and then put them in here and tie it with a little, maybe another ribbon like this, or maybe a red twist or a green twist, something like that. But I think that's super cute, and I'm looking forward to being able to make the candies and send them. So have a wonderful day. I hope that this helps somebody and that maybe it gives you an idea of something that you can also make for someone. Or even yourself, because it is really cute. You could even set that out on Christmas for yourself. Thanks for watching, and like I said, they stand up totally on their own. Yay! Bye-bye.